Hey everybody, welcome back to Dinner and a Tip. My name is Brenda and I'm going to be your cooking guide. So it is officially fall. The kids went back to school and it is the kids' favorite choice is to actually have breakfast for dinner. So we are going to do a fall French toast. We're going to do a caramel cream cheese stuffed French toast with some cooked apples, and nothing says fall more than that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is start with the frosting that I'm going to do. And I'm doing 1 thing of cream cheese, and make sure this is softened. If it's not softened, it gets clumpy. It definitely does not work out as good as you would like it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and put in our cream cheese, and then I'm going to do 1 cup of powdered sugar. So for this, what I really like is actually, I'm making this for our filling today, but actually this is my favorite cupcake or cake frosting. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and start, and we're going to cream this first. And what I love about this recipe is, unlike buttercream, you get that kind of coating in your mouth. With this cream cheese frosting, you definitely do not get that. So it is part of my favorite part of this. All right, now that that's all mixed, let's grab our heavy cream. And so I'm just going to do 1 cup of heavy cream. So 1 cup of powdered sugar, 1 thing of cream cheese, and then this. And then I'm going to go ahead and whip this, and then we're going to add some caramel into this. You're going to want to mix this on high probably for about a minute. And then we're going to go ahead and start on our French toast batter. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, give you a break from listening to this, and then we'll show you what it looks like in a minute. Okay, so we've got this whipped up, and I'm actually going to add just about a tablespoon of vanilla and almond. Just get a little extra of that flavor in there. And then I'm going to do, you can either make your own caramel, or I'm cheating today. So I'm just going to do about 2 tablespoons of this caramel, and we're just going to mix this right into our whipping cream. Oh, you guys, the smell of this is already amazing. So this will be a fan favorite for sure. So if you're going to do this as frosting, I would actually recommend doing 1.5 cups of heavy cream. You'll get a little bit more fluff on it. For this, I didn't need as much fluff. So let's go ahead and just scoop this in here. And then we're going to start on that French toast batter. So you've got a nice, good, fluffy cream cheese filling that will take that French toast to the next level. Okay, for the French toast, let's go ahead and make our batter for this. I'm going to go ahead and start with 3 eggs. Oop, that one was already broken. 2 and 3. And then we're going to just do 1/2 cup of regular milk. And then let's make sure we get some sugar in here. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 tablespoons. So that's actually 1/3 of a cup. Next, let's go ahead and do our cinnamon. So this is where we're going to get some of our flavor in our batter. And then we're going to do this with our apples too. So I'm going to do 1 teaspoon apples, or cinnamon, I'm sorry. And then for our spices, let's do a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm going to do a little bit of the allspice, just a 1/4, or a little smaller. I'm going to do a little bit of cloves, probably like half of a 1/4 of a teaspoon. And then let's just go ahead and do the vanilla and almond in this. So this is 2 teaspoons. And if you haven't got one of these immersion blenders, oh my gosh, these things are amazing. My kids get really weird if they see any egg parts in their French toast. You can get these off of Amazon for like 30 bucks. All right, so all we have to do is we'll head outside, cut up some apples, and get this French toast going. All right, so let's go ahead and get our apples cooking. So I'm going to start with just a pan on the Blackstone. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of butter. And apples of your choice. I am a big fan, since we live in Minnesota, we are doing Honeycrisp apples, which are always my favorite choice, but feel free to pick what you want. And then I've got just this little chopper. It's nice. It kind of gets the apples an even cut so they cook a little bit more evenly, but you can certainly do this by hand. All right. So now that butter is melting, we're going to go ahead and add our apples. So this is probably what takes the longest. You want the apples to be softened. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw our apples in here. And now let's do some brown sugar. You can do white sugar, but I actually like the brown because the brown gives it a little bit more of like the caramel taste. I'm just going to do a couple tablespoons of water. If you have apple juice, that would probably be preferable so you don't lose your apple flavor. But let's go ahead and get this brown sugar in here. And I'm going to just do three good-sized tablespoons. Can't forget that vanilla and almond. I'm going to do a tablespoon of vanilla, and I'm going to do a tablespoon of almond extract. And basically what we're doing is we just kind of want these apples to cook down a little bit. Next up, let's go ahead and season our apples. So for this, I'm going to do a full teaspoon of cinnamon. And then for our other spices, we're just going to go back to that 1/4 teaspoon again. And I've got nutmeg. I've got some allspice. And I am going to do a little bit of the cloves again. And then we're just going to give this a quick stir. And then we're just going to kind of let these apples soften and cook down. And what I want to do is I want to get these cooking before we're ready. This would be a good time if you're doing bacon to go ahead and throw the bacon on the Blackstone while this sits and cooks down. So, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and give this a cover. We're going to give this about a minute or two, and then we can go ahead and start on our French toast once our apples are done. I usually like to get the apples completely done so I can only focus on the French toast. So give us a couple minutes. All right, so we are back, and our apples are getting nice and soft. They're getting very bubbly. And what I love about this is it's kind of creating like a little bit of a sauce. So basically with this, you're not going to need any syrup. So our apples are just about done. So let's go ahead, grab some butter, and then just cook up our French toast. I am a big fan of the, what the heck is this? Texas toast for our French toast. This also would be super good with just some, what is it? Cinnamon bread too. All right, so we're just going to give this a minute on each side. We're going to go ahead and check these apples. So we're definitely getting a little bit of that sauce, which I was really hoping for. You can kind of see there. And I did cook these apples on high for about 3-4 minutes. I don't want them like completely mushy. I want to have a little bit of a crunch to them, but we're just going to go ahead and get our French toast flipped. What I love about this recipe is it just smells like fall. It is so amazing. It just reminds me of fall. And we actually do a pumpkin version of this as well with some homemade pumpkin puree that we do. All right. So if you want, you could stack these. I'm just going to go ahead and put one on a plate. All right. Let's do our cream cheese first. Let's kind of give it a quick little dollop. Grab some of those apples. Oh, you guys, this is so impressive. You guys are going to love this for breakfast. Or honestly, this could even be like a fancy little dessert. Throw just a little bit more caramel on the top. I see my kids are impatiently waiting for this. You guys, you're going to absolutely love this fall breakfast or dinner on a plate. Go ahead and subscribe. We'll see you next time.